Welcome to Let's Talk with Dami and Laura. This week we're talking about superstitious belief in the UK and in Nigeria.
We'll be touching a little bit on witchcraft, also lucky charms, the silly superstitions of black cats and ladders. We'll also be looking at how those superstitions affect the behaviour and mentality of people, and also how the same superstitions can have very different meanings in both cultures. So we're going to start by lightly touching on witchcraft. Don't want to go into too much detail because we want to do a whole episode about it. But what is the correlation between witchcraft and superstition?
Witchcraft gave birth to some of the superstitions. The reason why I say that, I'm going to give a few bit of examples. In Nigeria, we believe that every mother-in-law is a witch. Witchcraft gave birth to that superstition. Without witchcraft, which woman would be thinking that my mother-in-law is a witch? The second point is village people. It's a superstition. Everybody believe, so many people, not everybody, so many people believe in Nigeria that their village people are witches. If you have a problem, it's your village people that is doing you. Witchcraft gave birth to that. Every people that there's one wicked witch uncle in the village that is doing them when they are not progressing, when their life is not going forward.
Yeah.
You understand? Witchcraft gave birth to that.
Yeah.
To that superstition.
Yeah. It wouldn't be there without witchcraft, would it?
Yeah. I believe that witchcraft is people that are using black magic for evil purposes. That is just we have magic, we have black magic.
Yeah.
Black magic is when you're using magic for evil purposes, isn't it?
Yeah, of
Because
course.
people use magic for purposes. Yeah. So the third point is, why do most of us find ourselves in churches, in deliverance churches, in prosperity churches? Because we feel somebody's witching us as well. Do you understand? Yeah.
Yeah.
We're casting and binding. Every single day we're praying to cast the witches in our village, to cast the witches in our life. That is not even a superstition. That is the reality.
Yeah.
Because we're binding witches, casting witches every single day. But there's a funny one I always used to tell people. We go to church and we're binding Satan. And you're casting and binding somebody that walked with God in the heavens. And God could not kill him. God sent him down to the earth, and you're casting and binding him. Do you have the power to even do that?
Yeah, that's true.
Like,
Never thought about it.
it's a superstitious belief, stroke reality belief in our heads.
Yeah. And I suppose it seems to me like witchcraft is seen as a really negative, like witch is a really negative thing in Nigeria. If you was to say I'm a witch, what would happen?
Yeah, you'll be stoned. I don't know, maybe you'll be disgraced, you'll be paraded. I don't know what they do with witches. You'll be arrested. I don't know what they... But yeah, some people have confessed that they are witches, they've done things there.
Have you had any experience with a witch?
I've had a couple. So for somebody like me, I've had encounters, so many encounters. That is why I believe the things I believe.
Yeah.
The things I believe is things that I've seen and I've encountered. So
Give us one.
yeah, I think one was, I used to go to bed at night, and when I wake up, I would see some scratches in my body, which is in Africa is a thing, in Nigeria is a thing. But people think that is ordinary. It is not ordinary. Even growing up, my uncle had to convince me that it was war gecko.
What does that mean?
War gecko is gecko.
The little animal?
Yeah, the little, what's it called?
Like not an iguana, but
no.
you know the little cute one?
The little, is the name, is the word I want to use. They have their name. The little lizard is a lizard. It's part of the lizard family. It's war gecko that is falling down on us and scratching us probably when they are hunting in the night. There is another belief against superstitious belief that war geckos are evil. If you see them in the house, kill them. When I was growing up, they tell us don't kill war gecko. If you kill any of them, you're going to be win every time in the night.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you believe that?
Yeah, I believe that. I didn't kill war gecko until I became an adult. That's when I started removing them from the house.
Yeah.
And again, removing them, we do have like cockroaches and centipedes. War gecko deals with that in the house. If you take all the war gecko in the house, if you live in an environment where those things are common, you will have them.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, so the war gecko take care of that in the house. Yeah. So when I realized I stopped killing them, why didn't we superstitious belief again? Yeah.
That wasn't true.
No, it wasn't true.
But it's funny you say about scratching, because there's been times when I've woken up with scratches on my arms, isn't there? And I've said to you, look, where have I got this from?
Yeah.
It's so weird, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Although I've never had that superstition that it's from a witch or anyone's done it to me.
Yeah, so I'm going to say, you asked me if I've had an encounter. So what I was saying is that I was sleeping in the night. I used to have scratches. Something was just telling me to wake up. When I wake up, open my eyes, because I always sleep with my window open.
Yeah.
I don't ever shut my window. Immediately I open my eyes. That was my window. I was sleeping. Immediately I open my, where I sleep.
Yeah.
I open my eyes. I saw a female-like creature, but it looks like a human being. But I could not see the face, but it looks like a human with whatever dark, just staring at me from the window. And because of the things I've seen, I didn't get scared, because I've known from a very, very early age that evil thrives. Evil can thrive in your life when you have fear.
Yeah.
When it comes to things like that. So what are you doing there in my window? Come on, get out of that place. And that was it. And there's a thing, witches fly in the night.
Do you remember you showed me the video
Yeah,
that
they fly
time?
in the night when they are going to their meeting and whatever.
We want to do a whole episode about witchcraft.
Witches perceived in the UK.
So obviously in history, witches were perceived in the same way in terms of, they're evil, they want to do bad things. We've got that association with Halloween, don't we, where, like you said, we've got witches flying about on broomsticks and there's potions and there's cauldrons, and they're seen as evil. Even when you think about Disney films, you've got witches, trying to bring down the princesses. But now, in modern society, I don't ever hear bad things about people being a witch. I feel like as a little bit more accepting, maybe different, that the witches are doing good things, if that makes sense. They're
good
using
things. What do you mean? What do you mean good things? I've never heard it. Oh, that witch did good things. I've never heard it before.
So it's more of a spiritual thing now. So they're using good magic to improve their life, their job, their general well-being. It's good magic rather than bad magic. They're very in tune with anything to do with nature. It's so funny because I have somebody on my Facebook who I went to school with. She's so lovely, and she's very open about being a witch. It's never in a bad. I don't ever see her being in a bad way. And when I think about, with horoscopes and everything like that now as well, I just don't see witches as being seen as a bad thing here. And I think more and more people are more open to it, which is just so funny because it's so different to Nigeria. Moving away from witchcraft, let's look at the omens and superstitions in Nigeria. What would you say are the most common ones?
Yeah, there are lots of them. Yeah, some people are going to be hearing this for the first time, but this is a superstition we grew up with. So I'm going to start with is if a woman hits you with a broom as a man, you will be impotent.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that is one of the superstitious beliefs that we grew up with. Another one is if you allow a woman to cross your leg,
so if I'm sat on the sofa, you cross your leg, you put your leg over my leg.
No, cross and move. The woman is belittling you. Your dominance as a man is reducing. Yeah, you cannot whistle in the night.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So, but that means two things. Whistling in the night attracts snakes, or whistle in the night attracts evil spirits. Yeah, so that is another one. If a woman is pregnant, she should not watch anything on the TV that, like a horror movie or ugly animals.
So random. Where does that even come from?
I don't know. But there is another one that when rain is falling and the rainbow is shining, it means all the animals that are pregnant are giving birth.
Oh, stop.
Yeah. It's when we're young, when we're kids. Once we see that, we say, oh, that elephant is giving birth. An elephant is giving birth. Oh, that lion is giving birth. We just say it. It's not that there's any lion or elephant in front of us.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah.
Where did you hear them superstitions? Was it from your mum or other family members or friends?
It's just, I can't really remember.
Yeah.
But I just know that people were saying it. I can't really remember now.
Yeah.
But it's just something where, I don't know, maybe it's friends, family, parents,
Just
maybe everybody. Yeah. If you lose your tooth, throw it on top of the roof. The lizard will pick it up and give you a new tooth.
Oh, stop.
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't work. Yeah, when our teeth comes out, we take it, we throw it on the roof. And
funny.
Yeah, that doesn't work.
I bet you waited ages for a lizard to come and pick up your tooth.
Yeah, it doesn't work. There's another, this one is a very funny one. If you spit on the floor and somebody step on your saliva, you have sore throat.
Stop.
Yeah, so this is what we tend to do. Once we spit, we swipe it with our feet. There's another one again with our urine. If somebody step on your wee as well, your penis will pepper you. Pepper you like it was rubbed with spice.
So then, which ones have you experienced yourself?
Okay, the ones I've experienced myself. There is this particular leaf that whenever we're naughty, our parents ask us not to go out to play, we go out to play. Whenever I'm naughty and I'm in trouble, I know that when I get to the house, I will be dealt with. If I go and tie that leaf, they will just talk to me and that will be it. Nobody will flog me or anything.
Oh, really?
Every single time it works.
How weird.
Yeah. The thing is that because development started coming, they started building houses, that leaf started disappearing.
Oh.
Yeah, it started disappearing.
So you started getting flogged.
They started cutting it. Because they're building, isn't it? Yeah, development.
So when you would come home, did they know you had that leaf on you, or they didn't know?
No, you don't need to have the leaf on you.
Oh, okay.
You get the leaf and you just tie it.
Oh,
Just
so you're not
knot
carrying
it. You're not carrying
anything.
it. You just tie it. You just go and it just knot it. You can knot one, you can knot two.
And every time you did that,
It works.
that's so weird.
Yeah, isn't I'm telling you, like maybe 20 years ago, or maybe more, 25 years ago. There's another one. This is a very dangerous one. We have this superstitious belief that the market is a place where every entity comes to buy something. When I mean entity, the dead and the living, whatever, spirits, every entity comes to.
Everyone's at the market.
Everybody's at the market. It's a market. I think the market is meant for only humans.
Yeah.
You're very funny. You're very, very funny. So they will tell you when you go to the market, do not kneel down and bend down. Do not put your knees on the floor and put your head on the floor.
Oh, what? Because the spirits will just...
If you want to see people that are not humans in the market, that is the only way you can see it.
Oh.
Yeah, but you cannot do it. So the reason why I say this particular one I've experienced, I went to the market with somebody and I tried to do it. Immediately I put my knees on the floor, and as I was laying my head as I'm about to go down, like more than 7 people had a go at me straight away.
Really?
Do not try that rubbish you want to do.
Really?
I was very young, I was very, very young. I want to
wow.
see people, you see people that their feet are not touching the ground. It's like they're air walking, like they're walking on the air. If you see them normally, it feels like they're walking. But when you bend down, put your knees on on the earth and put your head must be on the floor, on the earth. Then you can be able to see.
That's
like
crazy.
more than 7 people, like more than 7 people had to go at that nonsense you want to do, that rubbish you want to do. Do not try that nonsense. Yeah,
You didn't do it again.
Yeah, I think I was very young and I was really scared because the way they had to go at man, they asked me to get out of that place.
Oh, really?
Because they were older than me. You understand? So when I came back to the house, I thought about it. For them to have to go like which means is real. Yeah, that was real.
Yeah, for that many people. If it was just one person, you'd go, oh,
Yeah.
It's, they're just saying
I
it,
think
but for that many.
I told my mom about it as well, and she just said, don't ever try that again.
Yeah.
Don't ever try that again. I think that should be one of the scariest days of my life, because the way, and again, it wasn't like those people were people that was selling in the market like every single day. When you go to the market, they have their own shop. It was people that were just passing as well.
Yeah.
Later, I was talking to somebody many years ago past. He said, if I have done it, I would have gone mental. I would have gone insane, and nobody would have been able to cure me, because the things my eyes would have seen me by me bending down. There is no way they will allow me to be normal, because I will definitely say what I've seen.
Did that not ever put you off going to the market?
No, why not? I need the market. I can't stop going to the market. For a while I didn't go, but yeah, I have to go to the market, isn't it?
Did they tell you why not to bend down, or did they just have a go at you?
They had to go at me and ask me to leave, that I should get out of that place, that I should never try that nonsense I want to do.
So they didn't actually say, if you do it, this is
No,
what...
they didn't say it to me. It was when many years later, when I was explaining to somebody, the person was now telling me in the superstitious belief what would have happened to me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So me asking you, would you have been scared going to market again? Of course you wouldn't, because nobody had told you why you shouldn't bend down.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
No, not that nobody has told me why I shouldn't bend down. You understand?
Yeah.
With the superstitious belief, I already know that me bending down, that is what I'm going to see, because that's what the superstitious says. Even if you want to see
so
people that are not human beings.
Superstition.
I know about the superstition before
Okay.
bend. That is why I went to the market to try it, so that I can. Yeah, I'm somebody that I'm always thinking about things, and if there is something, if it is, but I can try. I want to try it.
Yeah.
For myself, I want to.
You want to see it for yourself, don't you?
Another one I've experienced is bees.
What do you mean bees?
Bees, is a bees insect?
Insects.
Yeah, the insect, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's funny though. Yeah, okay, bees are insect. Yeah, bees are insect. Yeah.
What's superstitious about the bees?
We believe that when there is bees around your house, like maybe there's a bee nest around your house, death is hovering around somebody. Maybe not you, but somebody in your family. So yeah, you need to remove them. Yeah, but
so what happens with that then?
Yeah, for a very long time, we had bees just in our compound for a very long time. My mom used to store palm oil, palm oil. So the bees went into the drums, the empty drums, because there was still palm oil in it. You cannot get palm oil. Sometimes when it goes into a container, you can't get it all out.
Yeah, of course.
Every single time you try, you will still get something out.
Yeah.
So they were still palm oil there. So it's like they were feeding on it. So they built their nest there. So they were there. Hundreds of thousands of bees were there. They had this big hives, like big honeycomb inside the palm oil drums. Yeah. Funny enough, our bathroom window was always open, and there's like a plantain tree in our neighbor's fence. These bees will come out and spread all over the plantain tree. They will cover the old plantain trees like the leaf. But for one day, they never came into the house through the window.
Oh, really?
Yeah. How smart is that? Like,
that's smart.
We know that those are human beings. Let's allow them to do their things. This is our space. If not bother us, we're not going to bother them. If I knew what I know now, whatever, I would have actually not removed the bees. I would have farmed them.
So because of the superstition that if there's bees around, it means there's going to be death.
Yeah. It's not the reason why we removed the bees.
Okay.
The reason why we removed the bees is because my mom, she was sick for a number of years. That's why she hasn't been using the drums. She was sick for like 3-4 years. That's why she hasn't been using the drums. So now she's a bit better. She wants to start using the drums. So the bees, they need to find a new home. So we had to remove them. Then again, that was the first time I ever tasted pure honey.
Yeah.
All the honey I've been having all my life are fakes. Even till now, I still feel those honey are fakes. Although they are original ones now, because you can actually see that pure honey was so light and so sweet. It's the sweetest thing I've ever tasted. Those particular bees were the best species of bees when it comes to honey. So light, like as light as like when you're having a juice. You're having a juice. That honey was as light as a juice.
Yeah. God, the money you could have made from those
I'm
bees
telling you,
and
like,
that honey.
I'm telling you, I would have just put them everywhere in the compound, isn't it? Yeah, so nobody died.
Yeah.
So which means that belief was all wrong, isn't it?
Yeah, you learned that
It
superstition was just
and again, when
nonsense.
so many people were saying, when so many were seeing those bees, they were, oh, it's not a good thing. People were saying it to us. It's not like we're saying it to us. It's not a good thing. No, the day we removed those bees, everybody gathered in the streets.
Oh, really?
Yeah, everybody gathered in the street because they were everywhere.
Yeah.
Many of them died. Some of them were able to escape. And that bee, people in the streets, everybody in the street tasted that honey.
No, really?
And yeah, both kids, both adults, because I just put it in a bucket and everybody were just tasting it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What an experience.
I'm telling you.
So they didn't mind the bees then?
Yeah, they didn't mind the bees. Yeah. What about in the UK? What are the superstitious beliefs you guys have in the UK?
So I feel like they're so different to the ones that you've said. We have black cats are seen as bad luck. Although I don't know if... Yeah.
Yeah, black cat are seen like evil spirits to us. Like they're seen as witches. When you see black cat, you're already shouting, Jesus, Jesus. Rebuking them, Jesus, yeah.
Well, there's that association again, isn't it?
Yeah,
As a witch with a black cat, isn't
it?
But some people see them as good luck.
Yeah, in the UK.
Yeah, we actually had a black cat when I was growing up called Lenny, and that was a pure black cat. Another one is don't walk over 3 drains. So you know drains on the path? You can't walk over 3 of them because you'll get bad luck. Another one is if you break a mirror, you have 7 years bad luck.
If you break a mirror, the amount of time mirrors are broken, I've broken mirrors.
Well, 7 years bad luck. Don't walk under a ladder is another one. If you say something you don't want to jinx it, you say touch wood. And sometimes we like touch wood and we touch our heads.
Yeah.
And that's one that I actually do all the time. Sometimes you'll see me feel like, touch wood. I'm looking for a bit of wood. Because you don't want to jinx what you've just said. So I've always sort of done that one, even though I don't actually know why. It's almost like a thing that's just naturally built into me. Another one is don't put an umbrella up inside the house.
Yeah, well, Arisa is in the umbrella right now.
She's under an umbrella right now so that she's not seeing all the lights on, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because she doesn't like lots of lights on while she's sleeping. Another one is magpies. If you see magpies, the birds, which I can never remember the full saying. I just know 1 for sorrow, 2 for joy. And then I think it's like maybe like 3 for a boy, 4 for a girl, and blah, blah, blah. So whenever I see one magpie, I do look out the window when I see it and I'm like, where's the other one? Which is just so silly, isn't it?
Yeah.
Another one is if the 13th falls on a Friday, that's considered really unlucky. It's like Friday the 13th. I think there's even been films around Friday the 13th. No?
Yeah, I don't know why people have so many unlucky. Although superstitious is probably based on so many unlucky stuff, isn't it?
Yeah, of course it is.
Yeah, misfortune. Yeah.
There's always misfortunes around superstitions.
Yeah.
Although I suppose if we look at some like luckier ones in the UK, you've got the lucky penny.
Yeah.
It's like a penny is seen as lucky, like finding money. Like if you're walking and you see money, throwing salt over our shoulder, it's like ward off bad spirits. So I see that as like a positive one. Another lucky one is if you find a 4-leaf clover.
What's a 4-leaf clover?
It's like this little leaf thing that you'll see. I'll show you them when they start coming out. There'll be like loads of them and they have 3 leaves. They're only little, but if you find one with 4, that's seen as good luck, like lucky. Something good's going to happen. Another one, which I think you taught me it and I realised just actually it's true, is when we've got itchy palms, it means money's coming.
Yeah. I
used to say to you, I've got really itchy palms. Like this is when we was long distance. And you'd be like, that means money's coming.
Yeah.
And I kid you not, within 24 to 48 hours, money would come from somewhere, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
And even now, if I still itch my palms, it happens, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's really weird.
For that one, we believe if your right hand is itching you, it means money wants to come.
Yeah.
If your left hand is itching you, it means money wants to go.
Money's going.
Yeah, money is going. Yeah.
Another lucky one is a horseshoe. So sometimes you might see people like hang horseshoes, and then another one is like crossing your fingers. It's like hopeful. So you might see it's like, if you see you cross your fingers, it's like, okay, we hope that whatever it is that we're asking for, it's like, okay, cross your fingers, it means it's going to happen.
Yeah.
You've also got fortune telling as like lucky charms and positive superstitions. And when I think about horoscopes and fortune telling, tarot cards, all of those things that people see as, I think it's superstitious because it's you don't know if it's really real, do you?
Yeah, but in Nigeria, is it superstitious because, or is it reality? Because I've seen people do lucky charms. People wear rings. People wear bangles. Women wear weight beads. Weight beads. One of my cousin that I grew up, his dad put on some cowries in his neck for protection. So is that superstition or belief? Because it's not superstition.
True.
They're already doing it for protection. They feel like that is it works. So I wouldn't say that is a superstition, isn't it? It's superstition and it works. It's a belief and it's a superstition.
I suppose
isn't it?
the superstitions are a belief.
Yeah.
We believe these things, otherwise we wouldn't. I wouldn't not walk across 3 drains, or I wouldn't try and touch wood. And, do you know what I mean? So in a way, I suppose the superstitions are a belief.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
True.
And I'm even thinking about like numbers. Like if you see 1111, it's seen as like you're on your right path, you're on your right journey, and you've got lucky number 7, and isn't it? They're still like superstitions and beliefs.
Yeah, true.
We've discussed the ones in the UK, like lucky superstitions and charms. You've mentioned about some people wear like the beads and things to protect themselves. Is there any other superstitions that you feel or that you know of that are lucky in Nigeria?
Yeah, I can't really remember much. I think it's only the itchy palm, but lots of negative ones anyway. But it's only the itchy palm. So I'm just gonna ask our listeners the questions. A question: what are the positive superstitious belief that you've heard? Let us know. Send in your comment. Let's see. I know there are lots of them, but I can only remember only one.
So do you feel that the superstitions affect the behaviour and mentality of those in Nigeria?
Yeah, it does. I wouldn't say it's everybody. Some people don't believe in it.
Yeah.
But it does affect the way people behave, their mentality, the way they go about their day-to-day business and activity. For myself, there's this particular community I traveled to. And when I go, I didn't really understand. When I got there, the first thing they told me was where I was going to stay. They said not to ask for pillow.
A pillow?
Yeah, a pillow. Don't ask for pillow.
Why is that?
Yeah, coming. Yeah, this is a superstitious belief that, as I forgot it. I just remember. I'm just remembering it now. That they say don't ask for pillow. So I forgot about it, and one night I was sleeping. I just complained like, I wish I had a pillow. I would have stretched my body, because you know me.
Yeah.
When I'm sleeping, sometimes I need pillow. Sometimes I just feeling the pillow. I don't need the pillow. Do you know that when I woke up in the morning, I stood up on the bed, came out went to wee, and came back. There was a big python on the bed.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the python was on my head as a pillow in the night. All night.
Hang on, what?
Yeah.
You slept on the python?
Yeah, on the python.
No.
Yeah.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did.
I don't know if
I was
believe
scared
that.
to shit. I was scared to shit. Like, I ran. Like, at first, I didn't really understand what was happening.
You've never told me that story.
Yeah, I've never
before.
told so many people that story. Only few people knows. I've only told few people. Maybe not even more than 2 or 3.
Genuinely, hand on heart.
Yeah,
that's what happened.
That's what happened. Like, I screamed, like, in my head, that is a snake. We're going to kill it.
So why did the snake not, like, eat you or something?
it's not big enough to eat. It's not like a mighty python, is it?
No, I don't know.
But it was a good enough size. That size can eat a chicken comfortably.
But
without no
would it not
strength.
bite you or?
In that particular community, that is what they serve. So it didn't come to hurt me. It came to comfort me. Because I was struggling to sleep because there was no pillow. It's what they serve.
But who's sending the snake?
Hmm?
Who's sending the snake?
The snake is coming by himself because I was in discomfort in the night and I was a stranger in the community. You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
If it were them living in the village, they would not ask because they already know because it will come. They know. That's why they told me.
And they don't want the snake near.
Yeah. It was later I got to understand after they called somebody to come and get the snake out because it will not go out. Once it's come, it will not go until they appease it to go out before it will go out. So they appeased the snake, came down from the bed and go out.
So given that you've heard some superstitions and that they've like been true, do you feel that the way you've gone through life, you've thought about superstitions and gone, oh no, I can't do that because of that superstition?
Yeah. Again, that other one in the market. You saw what happened in the market when So it is something that has shaped my life in a way. That's why I said earlier, I believe the things I believe because of the encounter I've had. Some people have never had any encounter in their entire life.
Yeah.
So they will never believe anything.
Yeah, of course.
They will never believe anything. I'm not going to start saying I've had lots of encounters, different things, different entities. They will never believe. Even if when I tell people something, I don't tell them to convince them. I tell them what I believe.
So you can say that the superstitions then definitely do affect people's behaviour and their mentality.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because they're being cautious, so when they go to market, they're not going to put their head down. Do you know what I mean? They're not going to do that.
You're not going to have that thought as well, except you want to. You understand? You want you don't want to get hurt. You don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
You don't want something to go wrong. You're not going to try it, isn't it?
Yeah.
We always say you don't test the depth of the water with 2 feet.
Yeah,
you understand? Yeah, it's dangerous. You're playing with the dangerous game. Yeah, so it does affect the way we behave, the way we think, and the way we go our business. Some superstitions are real. I believe that.
I definitely think that there's some superstitions that I think are so ingrained in us that we just do it out of habit rather than maybe the belief. It's like when I'm saying about touching wood. It's just ingrained in me. It's not necessarily because I think I'm actually going to jinx myself. And then there's other ones, when I think about astrology and things, people really, really believe that and their horoscopes and the numbers, everything. I almost feel like when you do believe the superstition, your life will naturally fall into those things. Does that make sense? I still believe in numbers, actually, and I still do look out for them. And there are certain things that I will look at and go, oh, okay. And horoscopes, when I read my horoscope, I do believe in it. So I feel like it does influence. These superstitions do influence us. And sometimes without us even really knowing.
Yeah.
Don't they?
True.
Or like even if we say to the kids, like, no, don't do that. Like, don't walk on those drains. It's like we're passing these superstitions on, aren't we?
Yeah, true.
Even ones that really are just like, we know probably that they're not true, some of them.
Yeah, we just live our life like obeying them, thinking about them. Yeah,
Does that make us irrational?
I don't know. You can't really blame us. Some of them have been, embedded in us since we were kids. So we grow up like that. There are some things now. If I go to Nigeria, there are some things I still wouldn't do because of superstitions.
Yeah,
I wouldn't want to whistle in the night. You understand what I mean? Yeah, I would not whistle in the night in Nigeria. I wouldn't do that. Yeah, again. The mentality.
Yeah, it does affect our behaviour and our mentality, doesn't it?
Yeah.
We're subconsciously aware of them in our day-to-day life.
Yeah.
If we look back on everything that we've discussed, it's really clear to me that Nigeria has much more negative superstitions and I feel like a much stronger belief in them superstitions compared to the UK.
I totally agree with you on that.
Whereas here, I feel like they're more a little bit more fun, tongue-in-cheek, but we just seem to just still do them. They don't really hold as much meaning as what your ones do.
Yeah.
I think it's safe to say, though, that the superstitions across both cultures affect our behaviour and mentality.
Yeah, it does. Like in our day-to-day life, the way we go about our activities.
I think witchcraft, we have to do a whole big episode on it because there's too much to delve into. That's really fascinating.
Yeah, it's too much.
But again, so interesting that a witch is seen as a negative compared to the UK.
Yeah.
And how we've adjusted or moved forward in our way of thinking of what a witch is.
Yeah.
Or how a witch portrays themselves. So yeah, we'd love to hear other people's superstitions within their culture, because imagine everywhere else in the world and what their superstitions might be.
Yeah, we want to hear it.
We want to hear.
Yeah, we want to hear the stories. Yeah. We're going to read it out, isn't it?
Yeah, why not? We can share them.
Yeah.
Or read them out in like a little sub mini episode.
Yeah, true.
Be good.
Yeah.
We hope you enjoy and tune into the next episode.